of the press. I welcome every one of you to this gathering. You are welcome to Dua House. Today marks the first day in the celebration of this year Olokun Festival, starting with the press conference. So this is Odua House, where the press conference is taking place. So I welcome every one of you on behalf of our leader, Iba Gani Adams, the 15th Aare of the Kakanfo, who happens to be the chief promoter of the festival, Olokun Festival. So you are welcome to Odua House. Let me do the introduction of the gentlemen on the high table. Let me start with the representative of Aare, who is going to read the press conference for us, who happens to be Barrister Chief Yinka Oguntimehin. Is the publicity secretary of the Odua People's Congress, and is also the Ashoju Aare on Kakanfo of Yorubaland. So let's welcome him into our midst. Also, we have the able chairman of the planning committee for this year Olokun Festival in our midst, Dr. Phillips. Please, let's welcome him into our midst. We have one of the Aare in Council of the Aare in Chiefs in Council also in our midst, a woman of virtue, a very dedicated member of the Congress. She's the National Iron Lady of the Odua People's Congress, and she's the Yeye of Pemoluwa Aare Ona Kakanfo of Yorubaland. Chief Mrs. Esther Oyebola, that's her mother here. Please let's give her a round of applause. Also, beside Barrister Yinka, we have Ambassador Olubenga Onosoya. He happens to be one of the members of the planning committee, and is also the ambassador of Olokun Festival Foundation. Please, we normally call him Mr. Iko. Let's give him a round of applause. Oh, you. We have one of the members of the National Coordinating Council in our midst, who happens to be the National Deputy Baba Odua, Chief Onyelola Awe Iroko. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Also, we have Mrs. Lydia in our midst, Program Director to the Office of the Aare Ona Kakanfo. She's here with us on the high table. So let's give her a round of applause. And my name is Chief Ambassador Drula Elijah Oke. I happens to be the National Director of Program of the OPC. Many people know me as Baashetu Odua. I happens to be an ambassador of African culture and tradition. So I welcome you to this gathering, and I believe Chief Barrister Yinka Oguntimehin will read out a press release for every one of you. Maybe later, after you are finished, if you have anybody that has questions to ask, you now direct the question to the item. So, you are welcome to your house.
Gentlemen of the press, I welcome you all to this year's Olokun World Press Conference. This is a text of speech by the Aare on Kakanfo of Yorubaland and the chief promoter of Olokun Festival Foundation, Iba Gani Adams. Being read at the press conference heralding the 2025 Olokun World Festival. Today, Monday, the 20th day of October 2025, at Odua House, 14B, Ezekiel Street, off Towing Street, Ikeja, Lagos. It is with immense pride and honor that I welcome you to the press conference for the 2025 Olokun World Festival, organized by the Olokun Festival Foundation. The essence of this conference is to unveil the programs lined up for this year's edition of the annual Olokun World Festival, a cultural festival that holds every year in Badagry, Lagos State, and attracts prominent dignitaries and tourists across the world. The Olokun Festival has been held by Olokun Festival Foundation for 23 years. Annually, the Olokun Festival Foundation organizes a series of programs at the Olokun World Festival to promote the uniqueness of Yoruba culture, tradition, and heritage, and to project the values and the cultural identity of our race. Olokun, the deity of the deep sea, symbolizes wealth, creativity, and the mysteries of life. This festival offers us a unique opportunity to reconnect with these values, to celebrate the arts, crafts, music, and traditions that define our identity. It is a call to remember and preserve the cultural legacies that have been passed down through generations. The grand finale of the annual Olokun World Festival particularly showcases the beauty of nature and reflects the spiritual meaning of Olokun in the annual festival. One other essence of this festival is to draw tourists to witness our diverse and unique culture. Over the years, I must tell you that this festival has progressively drawn over 10,000 tourists across the world, especially from neighboring countries such as Benin Republic, Togo, and Ghana, and for far-flung places like Brazil and Cuba. Benefits of Olokun Festival. Aside from the direct benefits that come with tourists visiting the festival site, its environs, and adjoining towns, the spiritual and economic gains of organizing the festival are many. While the spiritual gains that accompany the Olokun Festival are of great importance to all participants, the economic gains are also significant. Every year, hundreds of millions of naira are committed to organizing this World Festival. This is aside from the gains that accrue to the whole states and communities from the economic activities of buying and selling at the event venue. I commend members of the Odua People's Congress who have remained committed over the years to the ideals of the Olokun World Festival and to promoting the cultural identity of the Yoruba race. New festival site. named Kakanfo Falola Beach, Badagry, Lagos State. Based on the decision taken after last year's edition of the event, the Olokun Festival was upgraded to Olokun World Festival. As a result, the Olokun Festival Foundation decided to acquire some land so that we could have our own beach. The newly acquired land and beach has been named Kakanfo Falola Beach. The beach will be turned into a world-class tourism destination. The beach would have recreation facilities. It would also have a hotel, a mini cinema house, conference hall, gym centers, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a mini festival stadium, courts for other sports such as lawn tennis, table tennis, and a pitch where beach soccer can be played. This new beach site will have all facilities that will qualify it as a world-class tourism destination. Our participants go beyond Nigeria. We are targeting people who would come to do holiday from the West African coast, from Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, Gambia, Togo, Ghana, Brazil, the Caribbean countries, and other continents. We hope to make our new Kakanfo Falola Beach like the Pattaya Beach in Thailand. The mini stadium too will be useful beyond just the Olokun Festival. It would be available for different organizations to use, such as religious organizations who may want to use it for religious activities. Programs of activities for 2025 Olokun Festival. In terms of the program, we are expecting guests across the West African countries, some royal fathers beyond Lagos, and some popular musicians for the grand finale. After today's press conference, we would have prayer to Almighty God by 11 a.m. on Tuesday, the 21st day of October 2025. Muslims, Christians, and traditional believers will come together to offer prayers for the organization. Prayer to Almighty God is one event that reflects our belief in the power of prayers and the unequal abilities of God, the supreme being in all our affairs. Prominent clerics in Christianity, Islam, and traditional religion will be invited to offer prayers at the event. On Wednesday, the 22nd of October 2025, we would have a fashion show by 12 noon. On Thursday, 23rd of October 2025, we would pay a visit to Motherless Babies Home by 12 noon. On Saturday, the 25th of October 2025, we would have our beauty pageant by 4 p.m. On Monday, the 27th day of October 2025, we would have the Olosa Day. This will include activities like a visit to the paramount ruler of Badagry, the Akan of Badagry, by 12 noon, a boat regatta by 2 p.m., Olosa Gala Night by 6 p.m., and we will also have a midnight prayer by 12 a.m. at the Kakanfo Falola Beach, Badagry, Lagos. The special vigil will be conducted in front of Olokun by all participants. It is a special prayer to bring about the spiritual blessings for Nigeria, for Yorubaland, and for all Yoruba sons and daughters. 90% of those who participated in the prayers last year have given a series of testimonies of what God has done for them through the prayers offered in front of Olokun. On Tuesday, 28th of October 2025, we would hold the grand finale of the Olokun World Festival at Kakanfo Falola Beach, Badagry, Lagos, by 11 a.m. Gentlemen of the press, the grand finale is the climax of the cultural fiesta. It is a big event that captures the beauty of Yoruba culture and traditions. The final event will showcase the spiritual affinity of Iba Gani Olokun as a symbol of the grand finale. The Iba Gani Olokun will be praying for all the participants at the grand finale, and this year's event is expected to have over 50,000 guests. Among guests expected at the grand finale are the Executive Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Commissioner for Tourism, Arts and Culture of Lagos State, Mrs. Toke Benson Awoyinka, and other government officials. The paramount ruler of Badagry, the Akran of Badagry, His Royal Majesty Oba Diwenu Aholu Wenotoyi I, who is the royal host, will lead more than 30 monarchs to the event. The royal father of the day is Oba Joseph Ikudaisi, the Alagbegishe of Agbegishe Kingdom, Ogun State. Other royal guests include the Olowu of Obukuta, Osun State, His Royal Majesty Oba Adekunle Makama, Oniladaba of Ladaba Kingdom, in Epe Local Government, Lagos State, His Royal Majesty Oba Nurenu Ebudola Adedina, Onijanikin of Ijanikin in Lagos State, His Royal Majesty Oba Momodu Ashafa, and all royal fathers in Badagry Kingdom, amongst others, are expected at the event. We have also made adequate arrangements for the security of all the guests and participants. All is set, and we are good to go as we celebrate the 2025 edition of Olokun World Festival in the most amazing way. I want to use this opportunity to call on governments at all levels to promote activities that will engage the youth so that they can refrain from social vices in the society. The federal government should give 5% waiver on tax to corporate organizations to sponsor activities like cultural promotion, sports, education, and charity. This will relieve government of their burden to the citizens. I want to commend all traditional rulers in Yorubaland who are promoting one or two cultural festivals yearly in their domain. History will never forget them for fulfilling one of their cardinal rules as custodians of our culture and tradition, sustaining our identity, language, and other norms binding the Yoruba people. I use this occasion to appeal to other traditional rulers who are yet to join the moving train to also choose one or two festivals known within their heritage and start celebrating them. This should be done irrespective of their background on religion. Religious affiliation should not affect the celebration of our culture. There is a sharp difference between culture, tradition, and religion. Some of the benefits of promoting culture and festivals is that it would boost commerce and popularize their domains as tourism destinations. There would also be spiritual gains from their ancestors. The festival celebrations would also draw sons and daughters of such places to start visiting home regularly. Good examples are the Ojude Oba Festival in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, Osogbo Festival in Osun State, Olojo Festival in Ile-Ife, Osun State, Okota Festival in Arigidi, Ondo State, Udi Uroko Festival in Ado, Ekiti State, Lishabi and Olumo Festival in Abeokuta, Ogun State, Ogun Festival in Ondo, Ondo State, Ijakadi Festival in Ofa, Kwara State, and Oya Festival in Ira, Kwara State, to mention just a few. Lastly, I call upon all Nigerians and friends of Africa to participate actively in the events planned and to embrace the spirit of unity and progress that this festival embodies. I also invite Nigerians to attend this year's edition of the festival in large numbers because the spiritual benefits are numerous and immeasurable. Together, let us make the 2025 Olokun World Festival a landmark event that not only celebrates our heritage, but also charts a course for a vibrant and inclusive cultural future. Thanks for listening. God bless you all. Olokun Agbewa o.
Ogunchimeyin, the Aṣojú Ààrẹ, Ọ̀nà Kakanfo of Yorubaland, for that impressive and comprehensive press release. But let's correct something on that press release. His Royal Majesty, Ọba Nureni Odedina, not Adedina.
Odedina.
The
Ladaba, yes. Odedina.
Ladaba.
Odedina,
Odedina, not Adedina.
Odedina, no.
So, after we have heard from Chief Barrister Yinka Ogunchimeyin. Let's hear from the pressmen and the ladies. If we have any that has any question to ask based on what he has just read for us regarding this year Olokun World Festival. If you have anybody that has question, yeah, let's have you.
Good afternoon, once again.
Good afternoon.
My name is Abiola Ismail. I would say I've been following Olokun Festival since inception, and I would like to know what has been the impact of this festival on local culture. The last year, one year that I was there, I saw a lot of people that came, and I saw a lot of people from diaspora. How have you been able to get in touch with these diasporans in terms of coming back home to come and at least put something down for us? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Like as stated in the release, the gains of the celebration of the festival over the last 22 years, this year's edition will be the 23rd edition. The gains are immeasurable and very numerous. Like, for instance, one of the direct impacts of the celebration of the festival is that we have presence in 105 countries now as we speak, where we have Yoruba sons and daughters in the diaspora who are yearly coming back to the country, especially the Southwest, to make their impact felt pecuniary-wise. They bring in their ardent and much-needed foreign exchange into the country. And of course, you know the impact of financial intermediation. So, commerce-wise, the festival has brought a lot of gains. Apart from that, even in terms of impact on the direct community where the festival is held, there's generation of employment, and there's what you call cultural propagation. There's a renaissance in cultural awareness. People who hitherto had more or less abandoned our culture are coming back to celebrate our culture. Even the impact on our royal fathers. Before now, some of our royal fathers were not, were almost running away from our culture. Some of them had even abandoned the use of our beads. They are using them back now. Even some of them who had abandoned our cultural ways, they are embracing them. You can see different cultural celebrations across the Southwest, and even people from other parts of Nigeria have also keyed into the propagation, the gospel. So there's cultural renaissance. Now, in terms of employment, during the celebration of the festival, people are employed. You see SMEs, small and medium scale enterprises coming up and selling their wares, making money. And even in terms of income to the states where these festivals are held, especially Olokun Festival in Badagry, to Lagos State, there's more IGR. There are so many numerous benefits that have accrued from the celebration of the festival. Even in terms of peace in the state, in Nigeria, there's peace, because there's a saying, when you feed the Oniles, when you feed our forefathers, there's bound to be peace. And except we want to shy away from the truth, the Southwest appears to be the most peaceful part of Nigeria as we speak. And I'm very sure that this is not far-fetched from some of these our interventions. Thank you. And let me also remind you that I mentioned 105 countries where we have our people in diaspora coming back to Nigeria to. We have a sister organization that is at the forefront of that renaissance. That organization is called Odua Progressive Union, OPU. And I can assure you, we are not looking back. Beyond the skies, there is our limit. Thank you.
My name is Benga Adiwadisa.
Yes.
The journalist from CPM News Online and also correspondent. My question is concerning the dignitaries that are coming up, specifically which day is the governor or barrister to get them coming. And at the same time, traditional religions that will be coming for prayer. Is it the same day? Yes, please.
Okay. We're expecting His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, and the other royal fathers at the grand finale. That's slated for 28th of October, Tuesday. We're expecting them. I'm sure the state government will be very happy that our intervention is bringing positive effects and results to Lagos State and also to Nigerians who are resident in Lagos State. Prayers will be held here tomorrow. prayers will be held there tomorrow. It will be an interdenominational prayer. We have representatives from Christianity, from Islam, and also from our traditional religion. So we believe that with prayers, we can achieve so many things. And like one of the Holy Scriptures says that even if we have the faith of a mustard, we can say to any mountain, be moved, and the mountain will be moved. So, thank you.
Sorry, in addition,
Yes.
Olokun Festival is not only about traditional religion. It cut across all religions, Christianity, Islam, and the traditional worshippers. And it's not about bringing any idol on ground to worship any idol, no. It's about calling all the three religions together, bringing them together to offer prayer to Almighty God for peace in Nigeria, peace in Lagos, and for our economy to keep going forward so that we can all enjoy the goodness of God. Thank you and God bless.
Yes, I think mine should come last because I would want to react to the Yorubaland.
You want me
No
to?
problem, no problem.
Okay, very well.
For what?
Tribune.
Tribune.
How many people are you expecting this year's festival?
Last year.
For the festival. And then apart from that, you made mention of the new site, the daughter in Accra. Like to speak more on it, especially at what cost you procure the place.
Okay. Last year we had about 50,000 participants last year, and we have noticed from our available data that every year there is an upward projection in the population of people attending the festival. So this year, we are not expecting less than about 100,000 people, both from within the country and also from outside the country. We are not expecting anything less than 100,000 people. And I can assure you that there will be adequate security. In terms of the acquisition of our new site, the beach, Kakanfo Falola Beach at Badagry, Lagos State, I can assure you that the site was gotten for a pecuniary consideration. And we are still keeping a close tab on the cost of acquisition, because we still have in the acquisition of land, we have so many indices: cost of acquisition, documentation, movement of earth, grading, all of that. So for now, until we have, and mind you, don't forget that the beach is going to have a lot of facilities, like earlier highlighted. So the cost, we cannot for now say the actual cost of acquisition.
Just a way of me expressing my displeasure of sitting for that hours. Well, for me, I think the speech is very self-explanatory.
Your name?
Okay, my name is Aare. I write for this thing.
Ayo.
This is Aare.
Easy.
I think the statement is very self-explanatory. Straight to the point. I just have very few questions. One, I think this is really acquired.
Yes.
Kakanfo Falola.
Yes.
I don't know what actually informed the name
Yes.
arrive at the one. Secondly, going through your corner, I saw in collaboration, I'm seeing in collaboration with Lagos State Government,
Yes.
not local government support, Lagos State Government support. Collaboration means you are working hand in hand with government. The statements is just more the foundation, and you are not even saying what Lagos State Government is about doing in terms of collaboration. Yes, you mentioned that the governor will be at the grand finale, but I feel that you should also tell us what Lagos State Government is doing. And probably, I feel this kind of event. Last year, according to you, you said you had over 50,000 participants and everything. So it's like about 100,000 this year. Are you doing anything in terms of logistics? I'm not saying logistics should be free, but you know, in this area of high transportation costs and all, imagine somebody coming from a place, going to Badagry, and we've always had an event like this, whereby their bosses are making close to reduce costs of logistics. I'm not saying free. So for me, I don't know if you have plans for such activities. I think people want to.
Okay, thank you. Let me set the record straight that Olokun Festival Foundation is not a profit-making organization, and funding comes from the membership of the members, from the members of the organization. There is no government funding, and largely there is no corporate funding in the real sense of the word. Olokun Festival Foundation celebrates about 21 festivals in a year, and we also hold about 42 events in a year. Just like I said, there's no government sponsorship and there's no corporate company sponsorship. So, and we spend cumulatively, we spend about $1 billion every year. So this money comes from members, Nigerians, Yoruba sons and daughters who love the Yoruba nation, in quotes. People who have the love for Yoruba, people who sleep, eat, and drink Yoruba. That is where the money comes from. It is selfless. It is about the Yoruba sons and daughters who are interested in achieving a state of uhuru in the southwest and in Nigeria, and having that state of utopia through cultural intervention. That is how it is. So we are not receiving any special money from the Lagos State government, but we are celebrating our culture in conjunction with Lagos State because we are in Lagos State. We don't get any sponsorship from the government. So that is how it is. Thank you. Yes.
Good day, sir. I'm back again. So according to you, sir, he said this foundation is not profitable.
Yes.
And he said you acquired a new land.
Yes. Yes.
So with the wish not for profit orientation or just to promote culture as well.
Yes, it is to promote culture, our culture. It is not for profit making. And just like I said, for instance, this building where we're having this conference, this building is standing to the glory of God, to the glory of the chief promoter, and to the contributions of all members of Odua People's Congress and Olokun Festival Foundation. This building, the records are there. We are not making any profit from this organization. All we are interested in is the propagation of our culture. Thank you.
So in addition to that, every year we normally make use of ASCON in Badagry for hotel accommodation and some other hotels in which we spent millions paying for hotel accommodations and making use of their halls. So the purpose of the permanent sites is for us to have our own permanent structures so that every year when we go there, we are not paying anybody. So even the level of contributions every year we now reduce so that things can be easier for us since we don't have any sponsorship from any corner, not even 1 naira from anybody, only from the chief promoter, Iba Gani Adams, and all his members. Every member has contributed this money on daily basis across the country. And every Tuesday, they comes together, this is how far we have gone, this is what we have generated, and okay, what next? They use that money for a particular purpose. So that's it.
Okay, ṣé púpọ̀ orúkọ mi ni amòfin Ọláyínká Ògúntìmẹ́yìn. Mi ni alukoro fún ẹgbẹ́ Oòduà People's Congress. Èmi náà dẹ̀ tún ni aṣojú Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá Iba Gani Adams. Ní ọdún yìí à ń ṣe Olokun Festival, Olokun World Festival ti ọdún 2025. Torí ọdún Olókun kì í ṣe ilẹ̀ Yorùbá nìkan, Nàìjíríà nígbà ẹnìkan ni wọ́n ti ń ṣe. Wọ́n ń ṣe káàkiri gbogbo àgbáyé, lọ sí àwọn Caribbean Islands, lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ ọ̀yá wa ní ìlú Cotonou, Togo, Ghana, dé Côte d'Ivoire, lọ sí Caribbean Islands, lọ sí Cuba. Ní ọdún yìí àwọn ohun tá a máa ṣe ní festival yẹn wà ní ìpele lọ́nà 7. Ilé ní àkọ́kọ́, ìyẹn ni pé kí a kọ́ bá gbogbo àgbáyé sọ̀rọ̀ ní àwọn ohun tí a fẹ́ ṣe. Tí ẹ bá gbàgbé, ní ọdún tó kọjá ní ìpele Olokun Festival ti èkejìlógún tí a ṣe. Níbẹ̀ ni gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wá káàkiri àgbáyé pẹ̀lú Olokun Festival Foundation Nigeria ń bí tí Iba Gani Adams jẹ́ agbátẹrù ẹ̀, tí wọ́n jọ fẹnu tí wọ́n jọ oríkorí, tí wọ́n jọ afẹnukò wípé ká má pè ní Olokun Festival nìkan mọ́, kò ká pè ní Olokun World Festival. Tẹ́ bá wò bẹ́yẹn, ẹ rí àjọsọ àsọyé àti bí wọ́n ṣe jọ fọwọ́ sí ibi kó jẹ́ ọdún àṣà àti ìṣe Olókun tó jẹ́ ti gbogbo àgbáyé. Olókun ò kì í ṣe ohun kékeré àbí ọdún kan tó jẹ́ kékeré nílẹ̀ Yorùbá àbí ní káàkiri àgbáyé. Ọdún tó jẹ́ gbòógì ni Olódùmarè ló fi fún wa. Òní gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe ń sọ, à ń bá gbogbo àgbáyé sọ pé ohun báyìí ni ohun tí a fẹ́ ṣe. Lẹ́yìn èyí tó wá máa di ní ọ̀la, a máa fi àdúrà, a fi tẹ gbogbo ètò, a fi tẹ̀síwájú bàbá Olódùmarè. Ní àdúrà yẹn, ibi báyìí láti máa ṣe. A máa ṣe ní aago 11 àárọ̀ ní 14B Ezekiel Street níbàyẹn ní Off Toyin Street ní Ìkẹjà, nílùú Ìkẹjà, l'Ékòó, olúlé ẹgbẹ́ Olokun Festival Foundation. Níbí àwọn aṣáájú ẹ̀sìn, àwọn tí onígbàgbọ́ wọ́n wà níbí, àwọn tí mùsùlùmí wọ́n wà níbí, àwọn tí ẹlẹ́sìn àbáláyé wọ́n wà níbí. Wọ́n á jọ panupọ̀, wọ́n á gbàdúrà sí Ọlọ́run wípé gbogbo ohun tá a bá ṣe ní ọdún yìí pé kí Ọlọ́run kan bá wa dá sí, kó ṣọ́wájú wa, kó pẹ̀lú wa, kó kẹ́yìn wa, kí gbogbo ẹ̀ kó lọ ní ìrọ̀wọ́ ìrọsẹ̀, kí gbogbo ẹ̀ kó dùn, kó ní gbọ́gbọ́n nú. Tó bá wá di ní ọjọ́ 22 ìyẹn oṣù yìí, a máa ṣe fashion show. Ìyẹn a fi àwọn aṣọ wa ní oríṣiríṣi alárànbarà, àdìrẹ, àǹkárá, pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn wọ́n wá bí, wọ́n á fi hàn ibi tó ti fi ń wọ̀n yẹn àwọn tó ń ránṣọ àwọn bíi tailor wọ́n gbé iṣẹ́ wọn jáde àwọn èèyàn á wò wọ́n á tà á wọ àṣà àti ṣe wa bẹ́ẹ̀ ó jẹ́ kí ọmọ Yorùbá ṣe máa múra bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ máa ṣe inú ẹ̀ náà á rí àwọn oríṣiríṣi pàtẹ́wọ́ korobá ṣùkú gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa rí ní ìjọ yẹn ibi náà ni a máa ti ṣe ìyẹn fashion show yẹn aago 12 ní ọ̀sán ni a máa ṣe níbí báyìí. Nígbà tó máa di ìpele kẹrin a máa lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ aláìní tí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún ní àwùjọ. Lọ́dọọdún la máa ń gbé àwọn nǹkan ẹ̀bùn jíjẹ mímu àgbé lọ fún wọn láti jẹ́ pé kí àwọn náà kí wọ́n wò wípé àgbàgbé wọn wípé àwọn náà a kà wọ́n kún wa. Lẹ́yìn yẹn a máa fi àwọn omidan ìfihàn wọ́n máa ṣèdíje ìyẹn beauty pageant. Wọ́n á ṣèdíje ní ìjọ Saturday ní aago 4 ìrọ̀lẹ́ ní ọjọ́ 25 oṣù yìí ni a máa ṣe yẹn. Nígbà tí ní ìpele kẹfà a máa ṣe ọlọ́sà day. Bá ṣe ní Olókun náà ni ọlọ́sà wà. So ọjọ́ yẹn ọjọ́ kẹfà yẹn la fi sọ orí ọlọ́sà. Ìyẹn a máa ṣe ní ọlọ́sà yẹn ó wá ní àwọn ètò tó wà ńbẹ̀. Àkọ́kọ́ a máa kọ́ lọ kí paramount ruler Badagry ìyẹn ọba ní Badagry ọba Crown of Badagry a lọ kí wọn sílé a lọ kí bàbá ní aago 12 ọ̀sán pé kí bàbá kan pẹ́ kan dàgbà kan dògbó wípé a wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn à ń bọ̀ wá ṣe àjẹ́kan tó mọ̀ wípé ibẹ̀ náà láti máa ṣe àṣekágbá gbogbo ètò yẹn. So ìyẹn ní ìpele àkọ́kọ́. Kejì ni ohun tá à ń pè ní boat regatta. Boat regatta yẹn àwọn máa gbé ọkọ̀ ojú omi ìyẹn ọkọ̀ wọ́n á gbé sórí omi àwọn oríṣiríṣi ètò wà tó máa ṣe ńbẹ̀ náà kótùbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bí kótùbà kótùṣẹ ní ìlú Badagry bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ìyẹn máa ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Lẹ́yìn yẹn ẹ̀kẹta ẹ̀ ní ọlọ́sà gala night ìyẹn ìfatapanu wẹ̀jẹwẹ̀mu ní alẹ́ tí àwọn ọ̀tọ̀kùlú àwọn èèyàn lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n wá á jókòó àwọn èèyàn á bára wọn sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló ń ṣe kí ló ń tà kí ló ń rà networking àwọn òyìnbó pè networking wọn á jọ ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn lórí pé kí ọdún yìí kó lè dùn kó ní gbọ́gbọ́n nú. Nígbà tó wá di aago 12 òru ní kí ó tó di 28 that's ọjọ́ 28. So aago 12 òru yẹn gbogbo a máa lọ irú àwọn táwọn onígbàgbọ́ wọ́n pè ní ìṣọ́ òru lọ síbẹ̀ níwájú Olókun mú ẹ̀bùn. nírú ọdún tó kọjá gbogbo ala mú ẹ̀bùn lọ síwájú Olókun mú Fanta ta fún Olókun iyọ̀ àfólókun kí Olókun lè bù sókè fún gbogbo wa. Àwọn èèyàn tí wá ń sọ oríṣiríṣi ohun tó ń pè ní ẹ̀rí wọ́n ti ṣe nípa ètò kọjá. So irú ẹ̀ náà a máa tún ṣe lọ́dún yìí táwọn èèyàn gbàdúrà níwájú Olókun kó bù sókè fún gbogbo wa. Àwọn ọrọ̀ tó wà ní òkun ó ju ìtó wà lórí ilẹ̀. So lẹ́yìn ìgbà tá bá ṣe ìṣọ́ òru yẹn tó bá máa di ọjọ́ 28 ní oṣù yìí ní aago 11 a máa lọ sí ibi tí Elédùmarè ọ̀gá ògo tó ti pèsè fún Olokun Festival Foundation tó pèsè fún wa tá à ń pè ní Kakanfo Falola Beach ní ààyè tuntun. Torí tẹ́lẹ̀ Suntan Beach ní Badagry là ń lò ṣùgbọ́n bẹ̀ yẹn a máa ń sanwó dẹ̀ tí wò pé bẹ̀ yẹn há wa a ti tóbi jù bẹ̀. Ọlọ́run wá pèsè ààyè fún wa torí nígbà tó máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn irú àwọn èèyàn bíi 50,000 ibo ni wọ́n fẹ́ sùn báwọn ló ṣe fẹ́ jí báwọn ló ṣe fẹ́ wẹ̀ báwọn ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ibẹ̀ yẹn ti há wa lọ́lọ́run pèsè ààyè tuntun ilẹ̀ fún wa ní Badagry bẹ́ẹ̀ náà. So ibẹ̀ ni a máa ti ṣe grand finale ní ìyẹn àṣekágbá. Níbẹ̀ à ń retí ọlọ́lá jùlọ gómìnà wa nílùú Èkó ọ̀gbẹ́ni Babájídé Sanwó-Olú kọmíṣánná fún àṣà àti ìṣe Mrs. Tókẹ́ Benson à ń retí wọn àtàwọn ọba lóríṣiríṣi alága ìbílẹ̀ Badagry náà à ń retí alága náà níjọ́ yẹn àtàwọn ọba àtàwọn èèyàn jàǹkànjàǹkàn lóríṣiríṣi káàkiri àgbáyé láti ṣe àṣekágbá ọdún yìí lágbára Ọlọ́run lágbára àwọn Ọlọ́run lágbára àwọn tó nílé ayé lágbára àwọn tó nílẹ̀ ọdún yìí á yàgò fún wa ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.